Okay, right here, Rono said, "Hey, Slappy, I think I'm gonna ride down there and holler at you guys." He's from the Marietta area, him and Yvette. I said, "Man, come on through, holler at me. Maybe I get Charlie B's out to meet us down there at old TC Grills and holler at you." He said, "Well, shoot, I'm gonna get down there about 3 or 4 o'clock. That's all you gotta do is just give us the time or whatever, and we gonna make something happen. You always get a good meal at TC Grills, and this is what we had. Lord have mercy, look at that. Man, that's enough to put you to sleep. Well, let's get the story started." Woo!
Stop me! You're gonna have to kill me!
Shit!
On 3, Slappy Adventure. 1, 2, 3. Slappy Adventure!
Boy, after a great meal, again at TC Grill over here, goodness gracious, whew, I couldn't eat it all. Fried mushroom, fried pickles, and what I got? Chicken fried steak.
You got fried steak of some kind. It looked good. It's enough to feed 6 people.
Boy, ain't that the truth? Goodness gracious. Old Rono and Yvette come down here from Atlanta. We are headed to the east side of Knoxville because the Diamond Queens are having I think it's their first anniversary party. We're going to let Yvette look at some Candy-Mams there, Bizarre.
That's what I'm hearing.
She
says she's taking her Georgia riders class on a Rebel, I guess a Rebel 250s that the Georgia class does. They tell us that you got to have you like in Tennessee, you can go to the Can-Am course, riders course in Tennessee, get you an endorsement for your driver's license for for Can-Am or a regular 2-wheel bike. But they said you got to do separate in Georgia. One for 2-wheel and one for 3-wheel. That's what you're saying.
You know, driving trucks. What is that guy doing over there?
Trying to get that bee. Probably getting stung. There's wasps and bees everywhere today. I never seen anything like
Yvette got a new helmet. Yeah. She's styling that profile. I see that new helmet. No, leave it like that. That thing look good there. It ain't that bad. What's the name of that helmet? Wes? Where you find that online? Oh, I'm thinking I could talk to him. I wonder if you could have brought him in the same way.
I can't see that's why you have to know how to put Senas together and bring me in, because I can only bring one of you in because it's a phone. You're the Cardo tricks the Sena or another that's a non-Cardo unit into using the phone pairing to pull it in. So you have to do one per Cardo unit. I can't pull in 2, is my understanding.
I believe I read that right. So tell the people what we just done there.
Well, we just took a Cardo Packtalk Bold and put it into what they call universal mesh. Well, we put it into what they call Cardos. They all have different names for different things for the units, but Cardo uses what they call Cardo Gateway to bring in a non-Cardo unit into the conversation. But you have to do it in the Bluetooth mode for Cardo. And so you go in and set your Cardo in Cardo Gateway, and then you put the Sena, we just did a 50C, one with the camera on it, and you put it into Bluetooth also, but you pair it on the phone pairing button. So you use the button on the very back, hold it down until it wants to pair. So it thinks it's pairing a phone, but what it's doing is actually pairing with the Cardo unit, and then that puts Slappy and me together on not the same units, on non-like units.
Right.
So they're getting better at doing it. They're working a little bit better, although mesh is obviously the better range, the better sound, the better music quality, everything. But we just have to work what we got to work with what we've got, because, he needs that. He has the Sena because of the camera. We've used Packtalk Bowls, my group has, for years, and they're just so easy. But what I did was I went ahead and bought a Sena so I could learn about them and learn how to try to seamlessly mesh these things together. No, that's probably not a great term. Hook these things up together so we could ride in group rides and talk.
Right.
And not get, because I'll tell you, ain't nothing more frustrating than them popping in and out and unhooking and all the things they try to do. They just should have made them to hook up correctly in the first place, but that's just, they're wanting to sell Sena, they're wanting to sell Cardo, and they don't like them talking to each other.
Now, like Ford versus Chevy or Harley versus Goldwing.
Same thing. You just can't they don't play well with each other. So, but that's okay. We got them hooked up. We're on the road right now doing it.
It actually sounds great to me.
Yeah, and what's unusual too, and this was one of the things that I read, and like I said, I've been messing with it for years, but I'm just not that familiar with the Sena because I've been using Cardo since the G4s back 15 years ago. But if you got predominantly Sena units, you group all your Senas together, and then you bring a non-Sena unit into the group. If you're predominantly Cardo, then all your Cardos need to hook together, and then you bring a non-Cardo unit, in this case a Sena, into the group. The thing that we just did the two of us when we were at the restaurant before we left, and Rolo has I think you said a 30?
Yeah.
So he's got the Sena 30, so we weren't really thinking when we did it, but we really probably should have put the two Senas together in Bluetooth and then brought my Cardo unit in.
Right.
A little bit different. I'm not exactly 100% sure how to do that, but I didn't go over that the last week. I had this other unit. I was just trying to worry about knowing that Slappy's got that 50, and he and I had problems with them before. They wouldn't stay connected, but like 30 seconds and they'd pop out.
Yeah.
And it literally, specifically to the order you hook them up in and the right button to push, you can get them to hook up and they'll stay on. But it's not seamless, guys. Don't let any of the video. Yeah, you can put 5 or 6 units, lay them on a table, and hook them all together. But real world, everybody's on a motorcycle, and you're trying to ride, and you're getting further apart, and then one breaks out, and you want to know if it comes back in when you get closer. All those kind of things like works perfectly with dynamic mesh doesn't always work with different brand of units. And boy, it can be frustrating. You remember when we went to Georgia, tried to hook you up? Remember we went down there and to that day you took off and we rode? We couldn't keep hooked up at all.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, what a mess.
Oh yeah, it was terrible, Sam. I just said, man, y'all just go ahead. I just ride into silence.
Yeah, and at some point you're thinking we're spending $300 and $400 on these things.
Oh, MadStad windshield? Yeah, I love that.
We're spending $30.
Got phone right here, GPS right there. Yeah, there's a Rono looking at my MadStad.
Yeah, looking at your windshield. Yeah, you spend $3 to $5. Well, camera unit is $300 to $500.
I'm telling $500
on something you're thinking. Good gosh, we ought to be able to hook these up and ride within a mile of each other all the time and never have a problem. I could have just called you on my phone and we could have talked 48 states away for 14 hours.
Right.
It's just crazy. So I guess the Bluetooth technology, but this mesh thing has changed it. And I understand that the new Edge Cardo and the 60S is the new Sena version.
Yeah.
That they have almost a seamless mesh connection between the two different units, and that's what the riders out there are wanting. They may like the way one looks better than the other one. Well, let us get the one we want. And as long as they hook together, everybody's happy because we're riding and talking.
Man, did you look up what I told you about? You can record conversations off of that new Edge?
Now, I did not look that up. No, I didn't get to that point. I was up till 2 in the morning this morning with the Sena, one of the Sena speakers taped to one of my ears, and then the earbud from my Cardo in the other, hooking them and unhooking them, hooking them, unhooking them to where I knew, all right, just like we just did, pushing the right buttons makes all the difference. Pushing the wrong buttons does too, and it'll get you messed up. Then you need to turn both units off, start the process again.
Right.
Because they get confused, and you'll never get the dang things to hook up once you got them confused.
You daggum got them hooked on this one the first go around.
Yeah. So
and like I said, without the static and popping, it sounds better now than when me and Sandman tried to hook up coming from Southern Powersports. It was pop snapping all kinds of stuff. They were 2 centers.
And that's weird too, because when you talk, I have a little bit of a, I'm going to say snap and pop, but it's very minimal. It doesn't affect being able to hear you at all. So for you to be really clear again is, now I will say this, when I turned, after I did the last time I hooked him up on the couch last night, I turned both units off, then I just turned both units back on, and they stayed connected.
Really?
I didn't have to reconnect them. It kept the connection from like the phone connection.
Yeah.
So I thought that was unusual. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't necessarily read. When you read something that tells you how it works, you got to make sure what you're reading is a specific situation that you're in when you're hooking them up.
Right.
It has to be exact. One word can change everything as to how they hook up, because you're doing it wrong because you didn't read something in the sentence before the push button stuff. It's kind of weird, but now like I said, if I'd have known how to, well, it probably would work. I just don't know. We've got Cardo Gateway. You've got, I think yours is called
Mesh.
No, we got mesh too. But I
get the left lane. I got you right here.
The Cardo hooks a non-Cardo unit under Cardo Gateway. I think the Sena calls it Universal Gateway or something. They call them 2 different things, but it's the same process. You and Rolo hook together, then you would be the administrative unit.
Yeah.
You would set yours to where it's the universal pairing, and then we would pair mine in, and I would come into your all's conversation.
Okay.
So it will work that easy, I'm pretty sure. I just don't know how to put a Sena in universal pairing. I can't remember. You hold one of the buttons down like 10 seconds or something, and it goes into universal. And I don't think it's the jog dial. I think it's the top button. I think if you hold the top button down 10 seconds on the Sena, I think it does the universal pairing. So you and him would pair just like you would normally pair.
Right.
And then you would go to your unit, hit the universal pairing. Then I put mine in Bluetooth. It pairs with yours. Then you hit it again. It brings all 3 of us together. I think, but I'd have to read it. And I will say this: the Sena wants you to. They give you a quick guide that doesn't really have any good information on it. It's really weak. Cardo does a really good job of explanation. You have to download the user manual for the Sena online.
Right.
And I read through that whole thing last night. It's got a lot of stuff, and then you just have to get familiar with the app.
Right.
Well, I still can't figure out what was going on with yours and Sandman's.
I don't know, but I've always done it the same way all the time, and I always hooked up. I don't know why I did it this last time, but I've never experienced that before. But like I said, I got home, hooked up the thumpers, and it just hooked completely. No pushing, no button, just turn them on.
Yeah, something was off. I'm about convinced something was off on his unit. There was a toggle dial was turned the wrong way or something. It wasn't on channel 1, even though his phone might have said it. He might have said it. You don't really know that the unit actually did. You think it did because it says it, but something was amiss, or wrong button, or something was being pushed. I don't know. I don't know because when theoretically, if Jim drove up right now and I was on mesh, now remember we're on Bluetooth.
Right.
But if we're in mesh and Jim rode up right now and his unit was on and he had it set on mesh, since I had hooked up with him before, he'll seamlessly just go, blip, hey guys, like yours. But there's been times where I've had mine off or been doing something And and Jim or Dan will come up, and I'll say, "Can you hear me?" And he'll go, "No," and I'll have to regroup everybody one time.
Right.
I can't explain that because, hey, they're electronic. They get feedback. Things don't always work perfect.
Right.
So.
Yeah, see, mine's the same way. If you in mesh on channel 1,
yeah.
As soon as you turn them on, everybody that's on 1 to hook up.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. When we was in Canada, British Columbia, going to Alaska, and there was some another group coming in behind us, we kept hearing talking in French.
Because they came into your group.
They came in on channel 1, open mesh.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because you can also do closed mesh on yours.
Yes, go to certain channels, they are closed.
Well, you can do a closed mesh on channel 1 and an open mesh. There are 2 separate ones on yours.
Okay.
You can actually do that. You're closed it. I think they said with closed mesh you can put up to 20 riders in a closed mesh conversation.
Okay.
I did read that last night. I'm going to go back through them again tonight. I enjoyed looking at them and feeling I watched a couple of more videos. I would be really interested in how easy or hard it would be for us to hook up. Now, again, he's got the 30. It's not 250s. But 30, does the 30 have mesh? It doesn't. It does? It
does. That was their first mesh.
It would be interesting to hook the 50 and the 30 together in mesh and then try to bring me in.
Right.
That would be interesting to see.
To change the subject, tell the people how you felt about the event at Southern Honda Powersports. That's your first time going.
It was just fantastic. I was stoked anyway from just knowing who was going to be there.
Yeah.
And then actually getting to meet these guys that I see on YouTube, McAllister, and getting to meet. I didn't actually meet Dan, I don't think, but I did meet Max and got to meet Cruise Man. Got to meet Chris Caliente. Got to see what's his name? Godfather of Gold Wings.
Yeah, Godfather.
Yeah, I got to see the Godfather. Got to talk to other like-minded people of Gold Wings that love riding. Got to see some other groups. I mean, there was a group there from New York that drove down. They drove down just to look at the bikes. It was really neat. I enjoyed it. It was a great Saturday. It was fired up when I left. And I know where I'd be buying a Gold Wing if and when I buy one new. For sure, that would be the place I know I would go.
Oh, yeah,
no question.
They got them up in the rafters, man.
No question as to where I would. Now, the only disappointment really for me is I didn't want to drive a DCT, and they didn't have a manual new version, the new generation Gold Wing there. But they did have DCT, so I thought after a while, I said, I don't want to talk about them unless I ride one of them. So I went ahead and put my name in, but I obviously was way down the line, and I did not get the chance to actually test drive the DTC. So that was my only loss of the day, was not to physically get to do that.
Right.
Slappy, you got to do it. That was really neat, but I would like to ride one just to feel it. And I'd like to ride one that is a non-DCT. I mean, I want to ride one.
Yeah.
Just to get on it, just to see it, just to feel it. I've been riding this one so long, and I'm almost 230,000 miles. We got everybody on the brakes here. On the brakes.
And wide load done did something.
Yeah, they have, hadn't they? They stopped, or they moving?
They moving.
Oh. They got that thing right in the middle of the highway.
Yeah, they was on 411 when we was going down through there.
They're moving over now.
Yeah.
Moving over now. So, anyway, you know what? They just moved over for that stupid police car.
Yeah. Probably somebody beside him.
He needs to turn his freaking lights off.
Right.
People just need to drive by him, because this is putting everything.
Man, I've been seeing people wear these boots on YouTube and talk how good they are. And guess what? I had to reach out to them and try them out for myself. And when I tell you they awesome, they even got gloves. Check out Indy Ridge Boots. Tell them Slappy Dog sent you.
In danger doing this. He needs to turn his lights off and go on. But anyway, because that'd be interesting to be talking to Rolo right now too.
Yeah.
Just to kind of see where we are.
I like the one, cruise man gave you the ultimate comment when I told him he done tore that motor out there twice and put it back together and got 230,000 miles on the original clutch.
Yeah.
He said, man, I'll give you my man card.
That's what he said. Oh, so we've got an issue here on the left with the door open on this video. We probably had a wreck. We've had a wreck and that car's come over. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I wonder if truck's involved.
Don't know.
He probably seen it all.
No, the one on the right was involved and the one on the left was too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the one on the right had a busted up front end.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, I had a good time down there with them folks, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Oh, they're going to tear that building down right
Camper
there.
World, they sure are.
Yeah, they moved over to 407. Over at the Sevierville exit.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big outfit, too.
Oh, my gosh. I drove by here and saw all those campers gone and went, what the heck? So I called. That's what they told me. I said, no, we just relocated to the 407 exit. Oh. There's a guy pushing his car.
Oh, Lord of me. And right in the ditch. Now, he's stuck now. He put it right in the ditch. All right in a big old pothole.
Moving over.
My Lord. Oh. Tell them what you told me when we went down there, when we went to go get you. You're so proud of me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was proud of you. I was surprised, actually, that you'd sold the F6B and sold the Harley also, but, you know, I watch you on video. I've known you for a while now. I know you as a gold winger. That doesn't mean you can't have 37 different motorcycles if that's what you want, but you're a traveler. Like I said, you travel 5,000 miles. Best I can do is 400 on the weekend, on a Saturday, and I don't have the ability to go and cross country and all that. I'm still working too, and got a wife, and we go on vacation together, those kind of things. But I just knew from experience that you're a gold winger. I watch you cause a gold winging, and you're passionate about it. You travel with them. They're probably the most, if not one of the most comfortable motorcycles in the world.
Yes.
to actually go long distance on. And if you're a highway guy, like me, you don't want to dual purpose because you're wasting your money on something you're never going to take off road.
Right.
And there's this big dual purpose craze out there. I seriously think it's more of I want to be able to drive to the top of Mount Everest on my motorcycle, but I'm not.
Right.
So I'm just going to get one that looks like it can, and I'm going to ride on the road all the time. And I get that part too. But, and these new ones are, so special and so low center of gravity. But, yeah, you're a gold wing guy, dude. And so I think that's what we look forward to looking at your videos and watching your YouTube channel on Slappy Adventures is because of that.
Well, I guess
I want to see what's going on. I want to see what's going on with the gold wings.
Yeah, where he at now? And but I always wanted to try one. I did. I give it back to him. Nothing, no knock on Harley, like you said.
Absolutely not.
Not to beat him up, but it wasn't for me. And just the thought what you was talking about. Let's say you have a flat tire or blowout on your gold wing, even though we double dark side, but I mean, you just lay the daggum thing over on the side of the road. Hey, buddy, let me borrow your bike to run to the doggone motorcycle shop. Take it over there, put a tire on, come back, slap it back on there. You back on the road in an hour.
Yeah.
Now, you do that on a Harley with all those pulleys and mechanism and primaries and belt drives and any bike or chain drive, you're almost done.
Yeah, the single-sided swing arm is a really cool thing for the rear of one of them. I just changed my tire the other day in my driveway and had my neighbor come down and help me set it on its side, and slid one out and put a new tire on. I had a tire literally come off on me coming back from the Foothills Parkway in Walland, my back end started moving around. Jim was with me, and I said, man, I got something going on. My rear is loose. And so he got behind me and said, man, I see white. We pulled off road. My tire was coming apart.
Wow.
So we literally went to the gas station at Walland. I called my wife. She walked out in the garage, got my other tire and wheel. We laid my bike, and she drove to Walland to the gas station in my truck. We got the tire out. We removed mine and put that one on, and I rode the bike home.
That's why it pays to have more than one rim.
Yeah, literally did that. Literally did that. It was just kind of crazy.
When I went to California, I carried a spare rim and tire in my trailer. Never used it.
Right.
Well, we had 13 gold wings that if somebody had a 13 had a blowout, I put this tire on, let's keep moving.
Yeah. Yeah, you just changed the tire and wheel together.
Together, yeah.
Well, I was fortunate that I got in touch with a company. I can't remember what the company was. It was a Midwest company that did a lot of trike conversions.
Yeah.
And since 01 to 17 are the same wheel, same configuration, every time they would do a trike conversion off of a new bike, there would be that original Bridgestone G704 and the wheel that they took off the trike conversion. They would sell as a package.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to use it. Well, they'd sell the whole thing for $250, including shipping.
Right.
Well, a tire cost almost $200, and another $30 to put it on the bike,
yep,
get it mounted and balanced. So I just started ordering. When they would do, I would look at their website, and I would see one come on there, and I just ordered the wheel tire combo. I ended up with like 5 rims.
I got 3 now.
And so I've got one in the truck, one in the. I've got 3. Got the one on here, the one with my other tire on it. I got one of John's in the truck, and I've got a chrome that I've never put on here. It's brand new chrome rear. I didn't want to put it on unless I put a chrome front one on too.
Right.
But at that time, again, it makes it so much easier. That's what I do like about a gold wing staying the same for so many years in a row.
Yes.
With interchangeable parts. So it makes it a little easier to service when you do need to it. And no matter really where you are, you're going to be able to find it. Interesting.
Yeah, so I got that's where I got a center stand from, as a KD Cycles. And then when I get that new bike, I'm going to hook up to the daggum thing. I'm going to shoot down there and go buy me a rim.
Yeah.
A rim and tire from them.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my name on it, put it over their side. I'm going to come get it.
Right.
And see what else they got. That's where I bought all my trailer hitches from, KB. All of them used.
What's the second letter you're using? Z?
D as in Dwayne.
K as in Knoxville. KD.
Yeah, K as in Knoxville, D as in dog.
Okay, so KD, what's it called? Just KDs?
Cycles.
KD Cycles. Where are they out
of? It's right below Huntsville. Alabama. Huntsville, Alabama. Yeah.
Okay, KD Cycles. Okay, is it
a trike conversion place?
Okay.
They turn 2 wheels into 3.
Okay,
or you could trade your 2 wheel in for a 3.
Okay.
And they do have some brand new. They get them brand new and go ahead and flip them out, right. And then you can go buy them from him already, as a brand new bike.
Right.
I've been dealing with him for years.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the place I was buying those from, but once the 18s came out, not too many people are still getting the older models triked. I know some are, but not as many. Now the ones being triked are this new generation gold wings, so
yep,
they don't fit, so I don't have that same option I had then.
I wonder what changed on them, just the diameter or the.
I don't know. The wheel's different.
I know the wheel's different. I ain't know if it still worked or not.
I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Something's changed, I'm sure. Now, am I going to get off at Cherry Street there off Magnolia, that Magnolia there?
Yeah, I'll come up here. I'll come up here in a minute as soon as I get opening. Where's that old Sonosphere at over around now? I'm about to get a picture of it. I had to get a
There
picture
it
of that
is.
Sonosphere. I want a Rono got a picture with that thing. You know they want to ride. They done rode it from Atlanta or Marietta, come out here and get a sandwich or something good to eat and want to hang out for a little while.
I'm not gonna get around it yet.
Oh yeah. Watch them big trucks right there coming in. After that big truck, I got you covered.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna pop into the there you go. Divas, Queens, Diamond Queens. The Diamond Queens.
Thanks for watching another episode of Slappy Adventures. Please like, share, and comment. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hey, stay tuned for more videos.